Well, moving on to our last topic, on May 23rd, which is on Thursday, is the 20-year anniversary of the death of Owen Hart at the Over the Edge pay-per-view 1999, May 23rd, where he was scheduled to face the Godfather for the Intercontinental title, and unfortunately he fell. He was released prematurely from the rafters, falling 70 feet.
He wasn't released prematurely. What happened exactly was he was hanging there, right? And there was a quick release latch on the harness that was connecting him with the cable. And his fucking feather boa from the Blue Blazer gimmick got caught in the latch, in the quick release thing. And when Owen pulled the fucking feather boa to get it untangled, it hit the switch and boom, he fell. And on the way down, like I remember, like Corderas, the referee, he hit on the way down, was actually yelling to him on the way down to watch it move out, like trying to warn him, like, you know. Anyways, yeah.
20 years.
I remember the day, like, I mean, not like it was yesterday, but kind of like it was last month. Or I mean, I have vivid memories of that day, and like something like, okay, it started off fucking wacky. We got to Kansas City, and I'm almost 100% sure this is where that happened. Where this happened. I'm about ready to tell you. Well, no, of course it happened. I'm talking about another incident that that happened earlier in the day. It was did you ever hear about the little skirmish that JBL and Steve Blackman got into? Yeah, like JBL was, you know, you like to fuck with people a bit, right? And you know, he got on Blackman's nerves a little too much, and you know, Blackman was like, you know, anyways, he's not one to fuck with, to put it mildly. But JBL pushed him a little too far, and fucking Blackman snapped, and he went to punch John, and he got his foot caught in the strap of a fucking duffel bag sitting on the ground. This is all happening at baggage claim. We're waiting for our bags. And so as he's going to punch him, he got his foot caught in the strap, and he doesn't get the punch off, and fucking John hit him about like 2-3 times, boom, 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 and they broke it up. No one got hurt, but it was fucked up for Steve, because that's not how, you know, Steve wanted that to go down. But like that was like how that fucking day started off. You know?
It's just like already like not a good day.
That was like, because we could laugh, and you know, everyone kind of like chuckled about the, you know, the little pull apart at the fucking baggage claim, but that's never cool because we all love each other. Like even the ones that like we're not, even the ones we like the least, we love, you know, as far as our colleagues in the locker room. Like we're a fucking family. Like especially like back then, we're in the trenches together, you know, 300 days a year on the road. And so anytime something like that happens, it's not cool, you know? So yeah, I mean, there was so we went and had a hell of a tag match, Kane and I, with Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown, that no one talks about, because you know it's wholly overshadowed by. So
your match happened afterwards?
No,
or before?
No, ours was the first match of the night, and we fucking crushed it. It was great. I recommend, if you like tag matches, like go back and watch Kane and I versus Mark Henry and D'Lo, and it was before before Owen fell. So everyone was the crowd was great. The crowd was hot, you know, and then I just remember after, you know, going and getting changed or whatever, and then I remember like kind of sitting off to the side of the entrance ramp. I wasn't in Gorilla. I was kind of off to the side of the ramp or the stage, and actually I just remember Leash Webb, my ex. That was, anyways. She came running up. We weren't going together at the time. Like I wasn't with her at the time. I was married. And she was just crying hysterically, and then she just told me what happened. Like, and I didn't see the drop like she did. Like, it was, and then, but I'm backstage, and I remember him being wheeled back on the gurney and then working on him, and he was gray, and it looked like he was breathing though, but it was really like the CPR and the mouth to mouth or whatever they were using for the, not that, there's that thing that you squeeze like it's kind of like mouth to mouth, but without having to fucking.
I don't think it's a respirator.
Whatever,
but it's like
like people
respirator.
know what I'm talking about. And I remember, and I vividly remember Shane, like going, "Come on, Owen, come on!" Like he was like, I vividly remember that, and then I remember, him being taken away, an hour later, half an hour later. We're all wanting to know what the fuck, and they don't want to say anything to anyone, and the rest of the show goes on, and everyone's going out there in their match, all fucking just completely a mess. Like everyone's just a mess, right? And I remember going up to Ed Ferrara at the time, and I'm like, "You fucking know, what's happening." He's, and then he goes, "Yeah, he's dead. He's dead." But they hadn't said it to everyone yet.
So that's how you found out? And how did the rest of the talent find out? Until the announcement was made?
Yeah, but like, I don't know what the mentality was like, it's telling everyone before the show is over isn't going to maybe help anything, I don't know. And I don't want to be too judgmental on people, like, because everyone can say, this is what I would do in this situation, and we think we're sure about that, but if you've never been in the situation, you only think you know.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I guess you can say there's two schools of thoughts whether or not that show should have been continued. In hindsight, do you think you have a different opinion than what you had then?
I don't. I'm not condemning either. If no matter which way they would have gone with that, I'm not going to condemn it. No way. Nope. I'm not going to fucking. Yeah. I'm not going to tell somebody else that they should feel a certain way about it, though.
I had I don't want to say a strong opinion, but I was always, from an outsider's perspective, initially thought, oh, well, I don't know why they went on with the show, until I actually met someone at a WrestleMania years ago who was at this show in Kansas City, who told me their firsthand account was they played a video package, something happened in the ring, the vast majority of the people didn't see it, Owen was wheeled out very quickly, and then the show kept happening. So from his perspective, he was saying that to end the show would have just not seemed right to him, and it would have been very difficult because at that point, how many matches? 4 matches would have happened for a live show, a rabid crowd, a Sunday night pay-per-view at the height of WWE's popularity. Just get a bunch of people out of there. You would have to tell them why.
Yeah. So okay. Everyone's welcome to.
Yeah, and
everyone's welcome to have their opinion on it, and everyone's welcome. Like I said, I'm not going to say you're wrong for having a certain feeling about that.
So, Sean, did you at all, or do you know if Owen rehearsed this prior to the show? And did you see him rehearse this?
No, I didn't. I don't know enough about that part. Like, he very well may have. Fuck. I tell you what, it wouldn't be me, because it would be, if I had to do that, I would do it one time, and that would be fucking showtime. Mm-hmm. I am so fucking afraid of heights. There's no way.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he not want to do this spot?
That's what, he never told me he didn't want to do it. Some people said that. Mm-hmm. And that, that very well may be the case. It's scary as shit.
I was going to say, you saw Sting do it multiple times, right?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you had seen Owen do the rehearsal. I wanted to know if you saw a difference in terms of how that was executed. But now that I know that you didn't see Owen do it, it makes me wonder, you know, it seems so natural, and we've seen Sting do it so many times, and we think, oh, it's no big deal, but it really is, though.
Yeah.
You know, but one of the other questions I had was, who called Brett to tell him what happened?
Oh my God, I have no idea. No idea, but it was Vince that called Stu. Because Stu that's the father, you know, and wow, I remember Stu's, I remember like apparently Stu said something like, you know, it was something along the lines of like, it's, you know, wouldn't want to be Vince right now. Something like, you know what I mean? Just, you know, because all that weight's on Vince's shoulders. And I thought it was really, you know, interesting. Like,
but to
I
hear,
wouldn't say interesting when I'm talking about again, son dying and our friend dying.
But it's a perspective to hear that you lost your son, and your first thought is, man, that's gonna suck for Vince. Man, the whole world, like everything's gonna fall on Vince.
It was something along the lines of, I wouldn't want to be you right now, you know, something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, but like, promoter to promoter, probably to a certain extent. Of, man, this is.
So now, obviously, afterwards, a lot of the Hart family, or maybe most of them, were upset with everything that went down, right? So now, in terms of how the talent felt, was there a struggle to kind of get everybody back on the same page after this thing happened, where you know, obviously there's this rumor going around, hey, he didn't want to do it and he was still forced to do it, and now, like, you know, this happened, and, you know, how do you kind of get back
Well, first
on the
of all,
same
no
page?
one's forced to do anything, but you can feel pressured or like not want to be the one that rocks the boat and end up going along with something that you're not comfortable with. But I don't know how that can be blamed on the company. Like if we don't speak up, you know, something like that. Because it's not like, hey, it's not like they're asking him to go out there and do something like incredibly offensive or politically incorrect. And he's going, you know, I don't want to do it, but I'm afraid to say anything. Like it's a little different. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, this is just, it's hazardous, but it's, you know, not necessarily something you think somebody would be, you know, object to.
Right. Well, I remember.
Does that make any sense? Am I explaining myself right?